Hey guys, namaste. Hope all of you are doing well. Thank you once again for tuning into my channel. I would like to say, first of all, thank you. Thank you so much for sending me all the emails of appreciation and also the comments that I receive in the YouTube as well. It makes me feel very special. Some of you have also mentioned that, how important I am in your life. All these are priceless, and I'm truly grateful. I'm truly honored to be of service to you. Right, so today's topic is about self-worth. I'm going to talk to you about what is this self-worth actually, and how you can identify this in your charts. Right now, self-worth is the assessment of your worthiness, how important you are to yourself, right? Have you ever thought about that? You can pause the video right now, and you can think about it, you can ponder over this, how important you are to yourself. All right. Now, why is this important? Why is this self-worth such a big deal? Self-worth, I mean, to my understanding, is a fallback mechanism. Okay, meaning that it manages your failures. Say if you are, give you an example. All right, say if you don't like a job, your job sucks, your boss is pretty much a jerk, you're always given too much of work, there's no recognition, very less salary, but you have to work. Of course, you have commitments, you need to pay your bills, so on and so forth. And that is a failure. Yes, we still have a job, but then it's still a failure because you're not happy going to your work. You're slogging, right? And you're dragging your body to office. And also there is an emotional impact thinking about Monday morning and all this, anticipating Friday and all that those are emotional turmoils, right? So this is a type of failure, isn't it? Now, at this juncture, say you reach the brim of stress, your boss keep pushing you, and your co-workers are mean and competitive, and and all that, right? They're devious in their approach and all that. You reach your zenith, and the failure is at the brim of it. What do? You make decisions, right? See, this decision is based on your self-worthiness, right? How important you are to yourself, right? If you don't have this self-worthiness, then chances are you're going to take the wrong decision, right? So let's go a little bit deeper on this self-worthiness now. What are the things that makes you feel worthy? So how do you appreciate yourself? How do you recognize yourself? How do you acknowledge yourself? All right. First thing is your mental attitude. How you are. Would you allow anyone to take advantage of you? Would you allow anyone to give you a bad name? All right. Or would you allow anyone to bully you? Would you allow it? It's about um, information or data coming to you, and how do you process that, right? That is essentially what self-worthiness is. And of course it's all about respect, recognition, and all that. But the fact is, the underlying fact is, what are you going to do with the data that you receive? All right. um, and that there was a good example, right? The boss treats you so bad, and you need to make a decision, right? Some people will just lose their mind. They might shout at their boss, and there goes the job. Some people will just resign like that. Some people will tend to be disgruntled and ruin something in their line of job. Some people will just snap, right? So those again are dependent on how important you are to yourself. Now, if you feel that you're very important to yourself, right, you respect yourself, and you'll make right decisions. So back to the office problem, you might think, okay, right, so I don't like this position, I don't like this job, people are mean to me and all that. So let's look for other avenues. Maybe perhaps I could do another business, start a business, startups, or maybe I could look for another position in the different team, or maybe I can just quit the company. But it's a very methodical, very strategic. It's got tactics and all that involved there. Your mind is clear because you value yourself. You value that you are an important person. You don't give in to emotions. All right. So that is another key word there. Self-worthy means you don't give in to emotions, which is why I think I've told this long time back, I guess. The meaning of Govinda. There's a Sanskrit word called Govinda, right? Now, Go means emotion, Vinda means annihilation or to destroy. So it means, right, it's concatenated. So it means that you have a control of your emotions. You have a, a good sense of how these emotions will play onto you. Now, this is again the core of self-worthiness, because the data which comes inside, through your sensories, you take it and you process it well, and that process will then lead you to the right path. Of course, if you don't have that self-worthiness, the data which is coming to you is all scattered about, right? It's all cluttered and all that. And of course, your decision will be also confused and cluttered and scattered, right? So remember, friends, self-worthiness is very important. Now, if you need to know more, there's always, you can always Google, you can go to your nearest library, you can, so many things you can check. But I ask you, right, to, of course, with a lot of love and respect, to do more reading on this self worthiness. What is it actually means? Because it's a very long topic. Okay. Just again, so again, to summarize it, a self-worthy is a fallback mechanism. What do you do when when you face failures? The the wall of adversity is in front of you. What do you do, right? Right. So indicators. How do you check how much, what is the capacity that you have? All right. First off is this, just two things. Let's not get confused. There's no conundrum here. All right. It's very straightforward. There's two things you need to check in charts. Number one is your house. Second house. The second house is yourself. It's about you, right? It's the asset, right? So you may be hearing second house is all about savings, donation, charity, speech, um, properties, and everything that you have, money and all that. Okay, well, it is true, but it's on a very superficial level. If you look at it, the essence of the second house is your assets, right? The first house is the inception, whatever that you have, but whatever that you want to bring to this Janma. The first house is it's like the it's like at the beginning of your life. You're standing at the very door of the beginning of your life, but the moment you put the first step in front, that is second house, which shows, okay, what are the things that you have, what are the qualities that you have, what are the personal, whatever that they bring, right? Your the friendship that you make, the quality of life that you want to have, and everything as means of value is in the second house. It's who you are. All right. um, it's like, remember, these 12 houses are evolutionary process, right? From the first to the 12, it has a very linear and sequential progress, right? So the first is the initial spark. The second is like the fuel to go around all the 12 houses, for your soul to go through all this, right? So the second house, you need to look everything about it. Okay, what are the drishtis, what are the everything, right? You just have to go through everything. If there's any upagrahas there or not. Upagrahas are basically distant or outer planets, like Mandi is an example. Everything to do with the second house must be looked at, and if what are the grahas residing there, right? Second thing is the sun. That's it. The sun shows your pride, your authoritativeness. Again, that shows how well your self-worth is, right? Without pride, without some form of authoritativeness. Authoritativeness doesn't mean you command someone, ask them to do. It's not like a tyrant. Authoritativeness is you respect your own mind and whatever the things that comes out from your mouth. You respect, you mean it. When you say something, you actually mean it. That's what authoritative means. So the sun, and again, you need to look at, say if your sun is debilitated, then whatever the authority may be bad, you may be commanding people what to do and so on and so forth. And that again will give you a very low self-worthy, and which again you will make wrong decisions. The failback mechanism would not function that well. Okay, I hope you can understand what I'm trying to convey here. So the like again, say someone treats you pretty bad, all right? You're in a relationship and someone treats you very bad, right? Say again the boss, right? She or he treats you very poorly. How would you change that? Are you going to take it in a very positive way because you have a set of goals on what you need to do? Or are you going to say enough is enough? I cannot go anything lower than this. Anything lower than this is going to temper my pride. It's going to temper my self-worthiness. So I'm going to back off. But when you back off, you do it in a very um, proper way, right? All that needs to be checked. So remember, it's just two things. Don't have to get confused with this. Look at the second house, look at your sun. All right. So friends, I'm going to stop here right now. Once again, thank you again for all your emails. It's very, very encouraging for me. Yeah, that's it. Take care. Bye bye.